that sound? That sound. Good afternoon, everybody.
Yes, sir. You can hear the audio, but no video. Okay. Nope, that was the previous one. That's where we actually tested. Hold on. We just ran up on somebody that's hit a power pole. No, somebody's hit a power pole.
You good? All right, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still on. I've got it up on my computer as well. So it's.
Tow truck's on the way.
Yep, live slow coverage. Getting ready to pass Edgewood Baptist Church. Yep. Alrighty, alright. Hey guys, for all of you watching, this is Amy and Shane. We are out giving live conditions of across Hopkinsville and Christian County. We are currently on 68 West, just past Edgewood Baptist Church. Started coming down the hill, and immediately we seen a car in the ditch that had sideswiped a power pole. So conditions are starting to get a little slick out here. If you have to be out tonight, just be careful. We did stop and check on the driver. He's okay, has a tow truck on the way already. He just was standing on the side of the road. Looks like he just kind of slid off coming around that curve down the hill, went off into the ditch and caught the power pole. You will see lighting change from time to time. We are in my Xterra, and we have an LED light across the top of it that we flip on every once in a while just to see the speed of the snow coming down or the amount of snow coming down. And of course, oncoming traffic doesn't like to see those LED bars, so we do flip them off as a courtesy.
As y'all can see, current conditions of the bypass here in Hopkinsville is getting very not good. It's very slick out. If you have to be out, use extreme caution, especially when stopping and taking off. Where is it?
Mr. Powell himself just chimed in on the chat and told us to drive carefully. David, we always are careful. You have taught us well. For those of you just joining us, we are just driving around Hopkinsville in the Christian County area. Right now we are crossing the intersection of Canton and 68 Bypass. The roads are solid white. It's still coming down pretty good out here. We just wanted to give you guys a live view of what the current conditions are out and about.
So did we, David. So did we. And right now it is showing
8.2 degrees at the Kentucky Mesonet site. Feels like -4.
So don't expect this to go anywhere anytime soon. It is not going to heat it up enough. I don't even think tomorrow to melt very much at all.
Well, you turn those lights on, it's like driving in a warp zone. Craig, you're very welcome. Again, we just wanted to get out and give everyone a live look at the current conditions out in Christian County. We are coming up on the 68 bypass Cox Mill intersection, heading back towards 41A. Hey, Tiffany. I hope you made it home safe. Tiffany's one of my work girls. She posted a video earlier of her drive back home from Katie's, and it was coming down pretty hard then. Doesn't seem to be too much traffic out here tonight. Hopefully everybody has kind of heeded the warnings and have gotten to their safe place and sitting on their couch wrapped up in their blanket eating a big old bowl of chili tonight. parking lots and
parking
side
lot,
roads.
the vision center, and the lab. Back up this pool in there. Something should come back.
Melanie, you're asking how long the snow is expected to fall in Catawba. Just a quick look at the radar. We still got quite a bit moving in from back in Paducah area. It looks like it's lightening up just a little bit for now in the Boot Hill of Missouri. But if I look a little further west, there is some more building back there. This is just the first round of a few that we're going to have throughout the night and during the day tomorrow. Right now we are on Lover's Lane. Eric, yeah, that salt brine, I'm not sure if they put it out too early or if it's just too darn cold for it to work. This stuff laid on the roads and sidewalks quicker than it did the grass, which is to be expected with the cold that we've had, and it's a very dry snow. So it's blowing around too. When we pass vehicles, there's a big swath of it that comes up behind them. Haley's asking, how long should we expect this to last, and are we going to get any more? This first initial batch, maybe another hour, 2 hours out of it. Again, it looks like it's starting to lighten up a little bit around the Paducah and Boot Hill of Missouri area. But there is some more that is building up back in Arkansas. This thing's going to have a second shot of moisture building up from the Gulf. Going to grab a hold of that cold and make its way right over us. Still thinking possibly up to 2 to 3 inches out of this before it's said and done.
And the salt trucks are out and running.
Yep, salt trucks are out and running. Looks like they are coming off the Parkway right now,
Yeah,
going down to Eagle Way. You guys keep your road crews, electric crews, and wrecker service crews in your thoughts and prayers tonight. They're going to be quite busy. No sooner than we got out, we already seen a car off in a ditch, had slid off the road coming down a hill and side swapped a power pole. The gentleman was okay waiting on a tow truck. Haley, we're thinking that this entire storm system tonight and tomorrow is going to be about the 2 to 3 inches, and that'll be it for this particular storm. Now we are watching another one that's going to come in Thursday night, possibly Friday morning, depending on the timing. That one has the chance to be another decent snowmaker for us in this area. Right now we are in Hopkinsville on Lover's Lane, coming up on 41A. Mary, thank you. You are just a sweet little angel. Haley, us snow lovers would absolutely love a blizzard. But believe it or not, a lot of people do not like this weather. Me particularly, I love snow. I always love the beauty and the just serenity of snow. Pembroke Road area. We'll head over that way here in just a few minutes and let you know. Pretty certain it's going to be about the same as 41, which is what we're on right now. We're getting ready to pass the Ford dealership, headed towards Oak Grove. But we will circle around and get on Pembroke Road. Most of the roads are covered completely right now. Again, it is a very light, dry snow, so it does blow around. Don't know if you can really see that on the feed or not, but you can see where the wind has blown it around a little bit, and the wind off the vehicles driving has blown it around. We haven't technically hit any super slick spots yet. There's been a couple of times where we've spun a little bit, coming to a stop or taking off again. Again, if you have to be out tonight, just be super careful. Snowfall says, I hate this weather. Karen, a lot of people around here do hate this weather. I could never live up north. I couldn't deal with this all the time. But it sure is beautiful and peaceful when we do get a good snow.
Keep in mind, just because it's blowing across the road like it is, does not mean that it is not slick. It is still slick out here and dangerous. Always get out if you absolutely have to.
Anna, I don't think this is going to go anywhere with the temperatures that we've got. So whatever falls tonight's definitely still going to be here in the morning. And we are expecting, snow showers off and on again tomorrow. If you have to get out in the morning, if you just have to go to work, I know a lot of places are closed tomorrow in observance of Martin Luther King Day. But if you are having to get out in the morning, just take it slow. Give yourself enough time, leave early. Just be as safe as you can. Tony, we're still thinking 2, possibly 3 inches by the time this entire storm is done tomorrow evening. We may see some localized heavier amounts because the last few models that David and Mark were looking at was trending a little bit further northeast than what it had originally anticipated earlier in the day and even yesterday. It's just something that we've got to watch close. I do think that the snow started just a little bit earlier than they had first thought. It just took a little bit to get to the ground because it had to saturate the atmosphere before it started falling to the ground. Yes, Deborah, we are on 41 Fort Campbell Boulevard, coming up on the intersection of the 68 bypass at Lowe's in Hopkinsville. We're going to shoot over and check out Pembroke Road, see what conditions are like over there. They're probably going to be the same, but we want to kind of give everybody an idea of what's going on out in the town, just so people can make preparations if they do have to be out. Deborah Sells says she's got about 1.5 inches in Elkton, north of 6880, that her road and drive are covered. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think you've had some heavier snow bands in that area, which is typical with this storm. The further south you get, it seems like the heavier it has, been, just the way the radar's been showing here the past few runs. Judy, thank you. We will definitely be safe out here. Again, if anybody else has to get out tonight, please be safe.
As y'all can see here, the road crews are busy at work.
Yep, there's a snowplow already out. So the road departments are out working already. Just be thinking about them tonight. It is super cold. They have to be away from their warm homes and families tonight just to make sure that we are safe. Miss Mary, you're in Michigan, correct? I believe that's where you are. We appreciate you joining in with us. I've been monitoring your weather conditions up there through your Facebook, and you guys have been seeing some really, really horrible cold up there. I can't imagine what it feels like to you guys. Again, I don't think I could ever live up north. It's too cold and too snowy. I'm a warm weather gal, but I do love the snow. With this cold weather that we're having, it's not going to let up all week. Thursday is the only day that it could possibly get above freezing for the next week. If you have pets, please bring them inside. Make sure they've got adequate shelter. Keep their water, fresh water, so it's not frozen. If you have elderly family, please check on them. If you know of anyone that doesn't have adequate shelter or heat, check on them as well, because this is some dangerous cold that we're dealing with. We are now on Pembroke Road, headed towards Pembroke, and as we thought, it looks pretty much the same. This one's been a little bit more traveled, probably because of all the factories out through here. The snow in the lane that we're in, it looks a little bit more packed down than it did on other roads that we've been on. Of course, with the dry snow, it doesn't pack as easily as it does with the wet snow, but again, it can pack and get a thin sheet of ice over the top of it, so it very well could be slick out here. Yes, Deborah, absolutely. At my house, we have quite a few stray cats that we feed twice a day, every day. They're spoiled rotten, even though they're strays. And we do have an outside shelter for them. Last year, I used towels and blankets, but this year I definitely got smarter and used straw. It doesn't hold the moisture, and it helps radiate their own body heat back to themselves. So it's just a 27-gallon tote that I cut a hole in, put some straw in. The smallest little thing like that can help save the life of an animal. again, ever so often you'll see the lighting change on the video feed. That is because Shane is in the driver's seat. He is flipping on our LED bar across the Xterra just to show that it is definitely still snowing out here and just how much is coming down. David's wanting us to look to see what the boulevard looks like in town. All right, David, we're going to turn around and head back that way. We kind of want to stay in good cell phone range anyway, so we can keep the live feed going for you guys. So we're trying to show as much as the outskirts as we can. But we'll touch back on in town as well. Just bear with us here while we get turned around.
As y'all can see, this parking lot has not been touched. This is the old Kirkman building out here on Pembroke Road. And it's looking like there's an inch to an inch and a half easy laying on the ground. And it is very slick.
Yep, just coming up a little incline there to get back to the road. We spun out just a little bit. Deborah Sale. If you're a member of the Watchers of the Wind Facebook page, you can definitely go on there and post pictures. Or if you want to message them straight to the David Powell Weather and Wisdom on Facebook, we can get those shared and give you credits for whatever picture you send us. If you decide to message those, just make sure you put a location in there so we can share that location along with your pictures. Anna, absolutely. You guys just be careful tomorrow on your way to work. Just be as safe as you can. Again, just give yourself a little extra time to get there in the morning.
And always remember, in weather like this, when coming to a stop, double your stopping distance. Less chance of ending up into a slide, possibly slide into a ditch or into another vehicle. Always at least double what you would normally, the distance that you would normally stop in.
Brandy, with temperatures like we've had, we're not really expecting much black ice out of this, with the exception of maybe where it's been packed down a little bit. You get that thin layer of ice over the top of it. But it's been so cold and we didn't have any liquid precipitation prior to this. This is a very dry snow. So it's blowing off the roads for the most part. It's still, the roads are still white, but the majority of it seems to be blowing. It's just getting packed down and making the roads white. So black ice should not be too much of an issue. And I'm not saying there's not going to be any, Just again, the rule of thumb here is if you have to be out, just be extremely careful. Now, when we might see the black ice is if the sun was to come out for a bit tomorrow and melt, just the heat of the sun, melt that top layer, then it will definitely refreeze. Now, we're not expected to get above freezing tomorrow. But yes, absolutely, there still is the chance for some black ice if the sun was to come out tomorrow into tomorrow night, it completely refreezing.
Lights flashing over the windshield and ambers in the rear.
Craig, absolutely. Anytime. This is what we love to do. I love to keep the community informed of what's going on right now. So we're just out driving around trying to give everyone a live view of the current conditions across Christian County. Brandy, we are back on the 68 bypass, headed back towards 41. David would like for us to drive down Fort Campbell Boulevard through town just to check on the conditions of that area as well for anybody that's got to be out and about. So that's where we're headed to. Mary, thank you for joining in with us. I'm sure we'll see you again tomorrow when we go live again. We're going to try to carry another live tomorrow during the day, just to go ahead and show conditions once again for the people that are a little hesitant to get out, or the people that are lucky enough to be off work tomorrow. I myself am one of those lucky people. So we will be able to carry the live feed hopefully again tomorrow. So we are currently on 41. The roads seem to be just a little bit better shape straight through here, but they are obviously more traveled. So I'm thinking that a lot of the snow that has built up on this road has blown off. Now there is still snow cover on the road itself, but they don't look to be as covered as 68 or Pembroke Road.
Still slipping.
Yeah, even though we just stated that these seem to be a little bit better condition, 41, stopping and starting at stoplights, we are still spinning just a little bit. Just take your time, take it slow. Another thing to keep in mind is when snow's on the road like this, you cannot see the lines on the road.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Dave from West Virginia. You got your chili and cornbread. We made it home for just a little bit, ate our warm chili too, and we're back out. Guy in the Firestone parking lot doing donuts in his truck. That is something that that's a childhood memory of mine, is going out in empty parking lots during the snow. One way the Southerners learn to drive in the snow is go to empty parking lots.
Oh, he done quit. I was going to show it. But as you can tell, 90% of your parking lots are still covered, and they will be for the, well, I'd say until somebody scrapes them off. What about you?
Yep, pretty much. This is not going anywhere anytime soon with the temperatures that we've been having.
Double down, dude.
Brandy, yeah, I hope a lot of people are where they need to be for the evening. I'm not having to get out and driving this too much. Just hoping that everybody has heeded the warnings and are staying as safe as they can. if you do have to be out, make sure you've got a car emergency kit in your vehicle. Even if you think you know how to drive in the snow, anything could happen. You may end up get stranded in a ditch somewhere, and just make sure you've got a way to keep your phone charged so you can call for help if need be. A way to stay warm. It's never a bad idea to keep extra blankets, non-perishable food in your car, some extra water. Dave says an empty bottle or jar. Absolutely. You men. Tell you, I have two boys. They're 16 and 21. Well, almost 16 and 21 now. And I constantly had to keep empty bottles in my vehicle for those two. Never failed. We'd start a road trip. And here it came. I need to go to the potty. Well, that's what that empty bottle's back there for, son. And funny enough, I got them both, started them an emergency kit for their vehicles for Christmas. Got them a nice little bag to put everything in. Started with some first aid kits, supplies, small bladder syndrome. Hey, seems the older we get, the worse it gets. Even for us women, it's insane. Oh, mercy. But they make emergency blankets. They're just Mylar blankets, pretty decent size. I put some of those in the emergency kits for the boys to keep in their vehicles. It's always a good thing just to be prepared. Better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Deborah Sell, absolutely. Once I get off of this live, I'll go ahead and get you approved into that group. We do try to keep it monitored as to who's in, so we don't get any, trolls or anything in there. But if I see a name on there that I recognize from the chat, I'll automatically go ahead and approve it. We love all you guys. And we greatly appreciate all the support that you've given us. David and Mark are both at home tonight. They have to get up and go to work bright and early in the morning, so we took it on ourselves, with David's permission, obviously, to go ahead and bring this live coverage to you guys, just to keep you informed about what's going on out here.
Can't make my mind up if that guy was playing or he's about ready.
Dave, you are so awesome. Thank you so much for your donation. We appreciate you so much. You are one of our greatest supporters. Deborah, no matter what you do in life, you're always going to have people that troll you. I don't understand what kind of excitement people get out of it, but it's always bound to happen. We just roll with it and either, interact with them and make them angry, or just give them the boot. Just get them on out of there. So right now we are currently on South Virginia Street going through downtown Hopkinsville. Roads here are pretty much the same as they've been everywhere else. They are, solid white. This is packed down pretty good. I am starting to see a little bit of slick spots where it's packed down a little bit more in areas. But again, folks, I don't think this is going anywhere anytime soon due to the temperatures. So if you have to be out, just be as careful as you can. Take it slow. Deborah, once we get off this live and I get you into the group, I will shoot you a message on Facebook with an email address that you can email your information to us, and we can get in contact with you, and we'd love to get you involved as well. I don't know why Facebook would block you from sharing it. That's strange. Doing a quick look at the radar here, it does look like we're about to get a slightly heavier snow band come through Christian County. It looks like it's just at the northern part of the county right now into Trigg County. So we might start seeing a little bit heavier rate of snowfall here within the next few minutes.
Off the stove.
Oh. Shane just informed me that we're going to have to stop here in just a moment. Our back windshield wiper is frozen solid.
That's what started.
And that happens when you're running your defroster. Gets it liquid, but the outside temperature being so cold, it just refreezes. So it's not working properly in the rear. We are down to 7.6 degrees according to the Kentucky Mesonet for Christian County, with a wind chill of -6.
It is very slick downtown. Very slick.
Tony, thank you for your support. Again, we love what we do. We do this for our community, for you guys, just to keep you informed of what's going on. Try to keep everybody aware and as safe as possible. There's a ball.
Big ball.
We're gonna stop real quick and get this ice off the windshield wipers so that Shane can see while driving. Dave, our favorite restaurant in Hopkinsville. Oh, that's a tough one. I'm a sucker for Mexican. We have quite a few local Mexican restaurants around here. Woodshed Barbecue. It is a locally owned little barbecue shack. It's pretty decent. You hear some banging. That's him clearing off the windshield wipers. As he comes back in the vehicle with icicles hanging off his beard. Lene, right now we are still in Hopkinsville. We are on West 7th Street. Headed back towards... Where are we headed? We're going to head back towards Bypass?
I was thinking about heading back towards Carolina.
Okay. So we're going to head back towards possibly the Trigg County line area. So we'll be crossing over the 68 bypass and then heading on down 68. By Grace I Live. David is at home tonight. He has to get up and go to work in the morning. He is feeling better. Thank you for that. It was, it was rough for a while and he still has the cough, but that is what is lingering on the most with this type of flu that he had. Shane and I both had it about a week prior to David getting it, actually, and we recovered pretty decently, but it's that dang cough that just lingers on. Seems like it's never going to end. Hey, Kyle. You watching from Nashville tonight, or you work? Well, I'm glad you guys made it home safe, Kyle. Hopefully it wasn't too bad of a drive for you. Dave, yeah, I've heard this thing called the 30-day cough. And I'm a firm believer of that. It's insane. Why does that car look like it's in the wrong lane? It is. Kyle, you better be safe doing that, especially in this type of weather. You know better than that.
Now, we're going to pull over because I don't know what is going on in front of us.
Oh, we've got a vehicle pulling a car. It looks like the car that was actually in the ditch earlier. Yep. When we first started this live, we were on this road, and as soon as we topped the hill over here, there was a car off in the ditch. He had ran off the road and side-swapped a power pole. An hour later, we come back through, and he's just getting pulled out. Anna, I don't know if I can deal with 100 days of this cough. During the day, it seems to be okay. At night, it kicks up and it is sleep disruptive. Yes, if you guys haven't already, please like and subscribe to our channel. Your support means the world to us, and that would just help us continue doing what we do for you guys. By grace I live. Yeah, that lake affects snow. That stuff's no joke. Betty, so the system that we're in right now is for tonight and tomorrow. Not supposed to see too much more until possibly Thursday night into Friday morning. And then there is another chance that looks like it could be another decent potential snowmaker for us. That's something that we're watching closely. The temperature is going to be just right for a really pretty snow. Not this light powdery snow that we're having right now. This is just, there's not enough moisture in the atmosphere, and the temperature is just too cold for it to be a wet snow. Dave, you scoping out the woodshed for us?
I've got some good barbecue.
That's what I told him. He asked what our favorite restaurants were.
Maggie Ray's running for the second time.
Deborah Sell, that does make sense. They will block you for a little bit for sharing too much, but we appreciate it. Just sorry you got banned from sharing for a little bit because of it. Cora, I am a natural remedy type of person, so I do the organic, local honey, apple cider vinegar, ginger, cinnamon, make my own cough syrup out of it. So yes, that is a fantastic tip. Honey is always good for your cough. Dave, you should totally make the trip down here to get you some woodshed. You really should.
And hey, while you're down there, we'll give you a good old tour of the facilities.
That's right. We would love to meet you. You are one of our best supporters, and just we would just love to meet you. All right, guys, we are on 68 headed towards Trigg County. The roads here, it looks like they may have possibly come through and plowed this road already. We can actually see the pavement, as well as the middle line at least, on one lane. And of course, when they do plow, they work on one lane first just to keep traffic flowing. So the outer lane is the one that we are in, and it does seem pretty clear at the moment. You just let us know when, Dave. We will collaborate schedules and we'll make it happen. As you can see, as Shane pops this LED bar back on and off, it is still coming down out here. We are traveling at about 50 miles an hour on 68 towards Katie's. We are still taking it slow. The speed limit on this road is 65. But just out of caution, the roads going this way are pretty clear for the most part. Just taking another quick look at radar here. That heavier band of snow, I think, is what we're getting into right now. It does look like it's picked up a little bit. Christian County Mesonet still says it's 7.8 degrees with a wind chill of -3 degrees out there. So if you have to be out, you're warm. By Grace I Live, thank you so much for watching, for being here with us. We appreciate your support. Stay warm tonight. And if you happen to have to get out tomorrow, just be safe. Yeah, the further away from Hopkinsville we're getting, closer to Katie's. I know I said that the roads were looking pretty decent, but this little snow band that's coming through, they're starting to get covered pretty quickly again. So the conditions are ever changing out here. Oh, Deborah, I had totally forgotten about Da Vinci's. They have some amazing Italian food. All right, we have positioned ourselves at the Trigg County line in Gracie, Kentucky. Pulled into a little pull-off to a old cornfield where they had harvested the corn up. We've got the LED light bars on so you can see it really coming down out there. Shane's gonna get out and knock the ice off the windshield wipers again. Deborah Gale. Yes, pineapple juice. Pineapples and pineapple juice is also great. A great natural remedy for your cough. Brandon, yep, he was going pretty fast as he passed us. You get those drivers that just think they're invincible and carry on as it's a beautiful sunny summer day out there. Kick the top light off. Let's see if that'll help a little bit. There we go. Now let's see. So we've got two different LED bars on here, and the top one just seemed to be putting too much on it. I'll have him kick that one off and see if the front one alone will show the snow come down just a little bit better. Yeah, I'd say we're definitely in that heavier snow band right now. Let's see here. Yeah, we are just on the leading edge of it, according to my radar.
Fort Campbell Boulevard or 41 going towards Oak Grove is snow covered and starting to get snow packed. It is slick. If you have to be out on it, be extremely careful.
Tiffany, right now we are sitting at the county line, Christian County, Trigg County line in Gracie. We're just kind of sitting stationary for a moment. Just kind of showing you how fast the snow is coming down. Flip the top one back on if you want. Or, I mean, there's cars coming, but... Thank you, Tiffany. It's actually very toasty in the vehicle right now. And we are always being safe when we're out. Just providing live updates for you guys as we can.
Some big flakes.
There are some big flakes out there.
They're hitting the windshield and busting.
Alright, so we're gonna head back towards Hopkinsville, give a couple more road reports from there. Ooh. Feel the snow packing under the tires as we're backing out of here. If you guys have to get out, keep in mind that these secondary and side roads are very rarely treated or cleared. Our city and county and state departments definitely worry about the main roads first. So there will be more snow on the side and secondary roads than your main highways. Just travel with extreme caution if you have to be out. Kentucky. Right now we are traveling back from Gracie, the county line of Christian and Trigg counties, heading back towards Hopkinsville.
Just where Adairsville is.
We are starting to see the snow accumulate a little bit more on the roads with this heavier snow band that's passing through. I previously stated that one lane on 68 was fairly clear. It's almost back to being completely snow covered. Kevin, we're going to see snow off and on throughout the night tonight as well as tomorrow. We're still thinking locally here in Christian County, about 2 inches, maybe localized heavier amounts of like 3, depending on how many heavier snow bands move in. Points north, the way this system's moving, anywhere north of Christian counties, your snow amounts are definitely going to go down. The heaviest swath of this looks to be going over like Middle Tennessee. Models earlier in the day did show it shifting a little further northeast than it was originally showing. So, you know, it's all still just a question of how these snow bands come together and how many go over an area. Deborah, 59's a little too cool for my bones. We keep it about 67, 68 in our house as well. There's nights where I'm just got to chill and I kick it up to 72 just to get warm. But with the temperatures that we've been having, I'm trying to keep it on 67, 68 just so the unit doesn't have to run as hard. Okay, Kevin. So we're thinking the higher amounts for the area are definitely going to be right on the Tennessee line. So you are probably round about the same boat that we are. May see an inch or two fluctuation in those amounts. Trish, we come off of the boulevard going towards Oak Grove about 45 minutes ago. It is definitely snow covered. We have hit some slick spots. Just proceed with caution. Slow it down. Give yourself extra time. Give yourself extra braking distance when you're having to come to a stop. We've stopped at stoplights and kind of slid a little forward, or when we take off from stoplights, we spin a little. So, and we are driving a four-wheel drive SUV. So just take your time, slow it down, and just be safe. Kevin, thank you for joining in with us. We appreciate all you guys and your support. Trish, you be safe as well while you're driving. Hopefully you can make it there. Again, just give yourself extra time. Oof. Yep. Trying to go with this stoplight and it is just a spinning. So things are starting to get a little slick out here, guys. Just stay off the roads if you can. Hey, Donna. We're being careful. We're just giving everybody a live update as to what's going on out here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're definitely in a little heavier snow band here. It's coming down quite hard in front of us, as you can, well, if you can see. Kind of looks like we're driving into a warp zone. So we are currently on the 68 bypass in between 68 going towards Katie's and 91. In the lane we're in, it looks like they've already come with the snowplow once, just because of the piled up snow on the side of the road. But the lane is completely white again. And that is probably due to this heavier snow band that we are encountering right now.
Secondary roads are completely covered.
Yeah, we just turned off of the bypass onto Highway 91, and it is solid white. No visible highway lines. flaps. Yeah, maybe it's this one. For those of you that are either just joining or still hanging with us, we're just giving current conditions out and about around Hopkinsville. Just kind of showing everybody what the road situation is. For the most part, all the roads are completely covered. We have seen some snow plows out working already, some salt trucks, a couple of plows out, like personal plows, doing parking lots and such. But right now it's not doing much good because we're still having some snow coming down. But they are definitely trying to keep up with it. Just keep those workers in your thoughts and prayers tonight, as it is extremely cold out here. So far we've only seen one vehicle that was off in a ditch. He went off the right hand side of the road and side swapped a power pole. He was fine. He was standing outside of his car. We stopped, checked on him. He said he was waiting on a tow truck, so he was good. There are some slick spots, stopping and going. We spin out just a little bit, but we are being careful, being mindful of our stopping distance and our speed. Again, if you have to get out tonight, give yourself extra time, slow it down, and just be as safe as you can. See, we've been on here for about an hour and a half. Local time, it's 10 after 9. We have seen a decrease in the traffic, so we're hoping that everybody is trying to make their way home, if they're not already, to get out of the elements and just be safe. Quick look at the radar. We start here in Hopkinsville. We are still in that heavier snow band. Points west of here, it looks like it is starting to lighten up just a little bit. But don't be fooled. This is just the first little batch that's going to come through, as there's more moisture coming up from the Gulf that's going to interact with this cold air and produce snow showers off and on throughout the night, as well as in tomorrow. We are currently at 7.6 degrees with a wind chill of -4. Anna, I'm not real sure how much longer we're going to be live. We do have quite a few still watching. So we'll probably stay on here as long as you guys are, willing to hang with us. Or unless or until conditions get too bad where we just don't feel safe anymore and just decide to call it a knot. But as of right now, we're still pretty good. Again, we are driving a four-wheel drive, taking every precaution that we can. We just want to make sure that you guys are informed as well as we can, in case you guys do have to get out. We did just now pass another snowplow who was plowing on the front and salting on the back. Shoot the Parkway. Okay. Anna, I love the fact that you refer to your little one as a tiny human. That is just the cutest thing. We should be here when you get back, though. Deborah, absolutely. We love that you guys tune in, and we love chatting with you guys. We are going to take a detour here. We're going to jump on the Parkway for a few minutes and see what conditions are like on the Parkway for those of you that are potentially traveling that as well. You guys don't forget to like and subscribe for us. It just shows that you guys support us greatly, and it'll allow us to continue doing what we're doing. Alright guys, we are now on the Parkway. We're traveling at about 45 miles an hour right now out of precaution because it is covered as well. We went under the overpass and it was slushy, so there is a good possibility that could freeze as traffic dies down. Right now the traffic going through it is keeping it broken up, so just keep that in mind as you're traveling along. If you see anything that looks like it's clear, it could very well be ice. Eric, where are you located? That's hilarious. I would love to see thunder snow in my lifetime. I've never been lucky enough to do that. I'm originally from Southeast Tennessee, and we didn't get too much snow down there. The biggest snow I ever seen was the blizzard of '93, where we had 23 inches in 24 hours. And that put that town to sleep for 2 weeks. It was insane.
Salt in front of us.
Is that what Shelley still is. Oh, you see these lines, okay. Okay, I thought you were in Hopkinsville, Eric. I'm gonna go look and see myself, because that's pretty amazing. Kind of makes me want to roll down my window and listen for it, but it's too cold for all that.
Have a good night, Dave.
Dave, thank you for tuning in. We're gonna try to be live again tomorrow with some daylight footage. So be watching for us if you can. We'd love to have you join in on that one as well. Nicholas, yes, it is absolutely cold out there. Christian County Mesonet is actually showing 7.6 degrees right now with a wind chill of -4. For those of you just now joining in, we are on the Parkway, getting ready to come up on exit 8, which is Pembroke Road. We're currently driving at about 25-30 miles an hour, but there is a salt truck in front of us, a couple of vehicles ahead of us. So they are out salting and trying to keep the roads clear tonight. Just doing what they can to make sure that everybody's safe as well. Just keep those guys in your thoughts tonight as they're out working in this cold, late. They've got a long night ahead of them. Between the salt crews, the emergency personnel, wrecker services, because they're definitely going to get some useful overtime tonight, I am sure.
First responders, working wrecks tonight.
Yeah, we just got off of exit 8, and as soon as we got off, an ambulance went by with their lights on, so not sure where they're headed. Just kind of keep everybody in your thoughts and prayers tonight. Oh, gotta go sideways. It is getting kind of slick out here, guys, so just take it slow. Alright, we are back on Pembroke Road. Again, road conditions are just deteriorating quickly. This one is way more snowpack than it was an hour and 20 minutes ago when we were on it. Nothing is visible. None of the lines are visible on the road now. It has been traveled, so the snow is just packed down. Alan, I'm not real sure what time we're going to be live tomorrow. What do you think?
Good question.
Shane and I are both off tomorrow, so we kind of have the day free. Do have a couple little housekeeping things to do, obviously. Pardon the noise. We just pulled over, getting on a side road, and found the rumble strip.
Back wiper.
We got to stop and get the ice off the back windshield wiper again. So give us just a moment here. But yeah, not real sure what time we're going to be live tomorrow. Probably sometime tomorrow afternoon.
For whoever was asking about Stanley earlier, this is their parking lot.
Yeah, we're currently stopped at the Stanley plant here in Hopkinsville while he gets out to remove the ice from the wipers yet again. it's freezing just as quick as it melts with the defroster on. But the Stanley parking lot is clearly covered completely in snow. I'm looking over in the grassy areas. When we first started this, it wasn't laying too much on the grass yet. You were starting to see remnants of what on it. But now the ground's like, you can only see grass sticking up out of the snow. So it's still coming down pretty good. We're still thinking about 2 inches, possibly up to 3, depending on some of these snow bands that come through. And again, it's going to be off and on throughout the night, and again tomorrow. After tomorrow, there's not really a chance of any precipitation again till the system that we're watching coming in Thursday night into Friday, possibly, depending on the timing. That one is looking to be another good chance at a snowmaker for us. The temperatures are going to be right. We're not expected to get, warm anytime soon. It may warm up to just above freezing on Thursday, but then another shot of Arctic air is coming in Thursday night. So we'll be back into the highs in the 20s on Friday. Anna, it's funny that you say that, because where we stopped and parked, it looked like someone had already stopped and done a donut right in the middle of the parking lot. And we witnessed someone doing donuts in the Firestone parking lot on 41A earlier this evening. Of course, boys will be boys. They have to get out and have fun. I'm not opposed to it either, but right now is not the time. I think someone needs to invent heated windshield wipers. That way that doesn't happen. When you get temperatures this cold, anything that thaws out, you start rolling again, it immediately freezes and leaves streaks in your windshield. So someone out there needs to invent us some heated windshield wipers.
The vehicle behind us has one headlight. Man, I hope there ain't nobody out here on no motorcycle.
Surely not.
Wow, we lost connection.
All right, sorry guys, we had a little glitch in the matrix there, and it lost connection for a second. We don't have one headlight. He's got a cloud in the front that was blocking it. Whew. Again, this is a very light and powdery snow. So you can watch this truck pass us, and then it's like whiteout conditions as he passes us, because it is blowing everywhere. Looks like we still have 52 of you guys hanging on strong with us here. We appreciate you guys watching with us. I'm not going to throw out snow totals for Thursday. That's Mark and David's job. I can tell you what we're seeing right now and what I see on radar as it's happening right now. But as far as forecasting out, they have taught us a lot. But I'm not going to speculate on snow totals yet. It's still quite a ways out. And being a weather lover or any part of the meteorological system, anybody in the field will tell you that winter weather is one of the absolute hardest weathers to predict, because the smallest fluctuation in temperature, moisture, path of the storm makes a world of difference when it comes to accumulating snowfall, or that fine line between snow, ice, and rain. Deborah, yes, that truck was going fairly fast. It looked to be this truck. Right now we are going through Industrial Park, off of Pembroke Road. What is this? Yeah. We are pulling up to Comfrey and Metalsa. Just kind of checking out the conditions here. Yes, Dave, you need to invent us some heated windshield wipers.
I thought he was going to bed.
Yeah, you were supposed to be going to bed. Oh, well, darn, somebody beat us to it. Okay. Well, I appreciate that you sharing that with us, Dave. I'll have to look into that. Nutcase. Right now we are in Hopkinsville off of Pembroke Road around the Metalsa area in the industrial park. Just kind of looking at the conditions of the roads back here. I know a lot of people still have to go to work in the morning. We're just trying to keep everybody informed of current conditions. For those of you just joining us, Mark and David are both at home, hopefully in bed by now, because they have to get up bright and early and go to work in the morning. Shane and I are both off tomorrow, so we're holding down the fort for them while they get some much needed rest. We do plan to go live again tomorrow to show daytime footage. As long as everything goes well, we're going to plan on it sometime tomorrow afternoon. We'll post up. I'll get David to post up on his personal page, and then I'll post up on the David Powell Weather and Wisdom Facebook page, as well as in the Watchers of the Wind Facebook group. Hopkinsville, we are just right across the Tennessee border at Fort Campbell.
It's southeast of Elizabethtown, about 2 hours.
Dave, if David was on here, I'd have him sing you a lullaby. another vehicle pulling in. We should back out.
Yes, southwest. My apologies. I said southeast.
Oh. Yes, definitely southwest.
Everybody okay?
Yeah, he is having alternator problems. Appreciate you for stopping though.
Ain't no problem.
You can see all the pieces in the top of
Just seen some folks stopped on the side of the road and looked like they were having some issues. Shane stopped and asked them if they were okay. Just having some alternator issues, but they have the help they need there. So we're going to continue on. So lost. Alright, we are back on the 68 bypass. Roads are still completely covered. Snow is still falling. Hey Mary, welcome back. Thought you were going to bed too. Deborah, as much as we would love to go towards Todd County, our cell reception to carry this live probably won't make it. Especially in this weather, we seem to get a little bit less cell reception than we should when we have weather like this. So I'm not sure our reception would carry our live, because we are working off of the cell providers right now. Donna, thank you for looking that up for us. We definitely gonna have to invest in some of those. I'm just glad he's the one getting out and doing it, so I don't have to freeze my little hands off. Well, I'm glad you ran across us in that case. Most instances, we do cover pretty much all of Western Kentucky. We are based out of Christian County. We cover from, gosh darn it,
Where are they at?
40 north and 65 west.
If they're in E-Town, we cover E-Town.
Where are you actually located at? Deborah, yes, there are a lot of areas around here where cell phone service does cut out. We are looking at ways to get a cell phone booster to go ahead and hopefully be able to cover a larger area without fear of losing the cell phone service, so that we can get out and cover more of our coverage area. on Not Socks Not or during severe events. When David and Mark either aren't available due to work, or when they are available and the actual spotters get out into the field and we carry their live, then that's what we're looking at doing, is getting some cell phone boosters to boost that signal. So, all right, nutcase, you are way over there in eastern Kentucky. You're not too far from our pal Dave. He's out of Huntington, West Virginia. Deborah, we appreciate that greatly. We are just not even a year into this venture yet of starting this YouTube channel, and we've got some great supporters, and Dave and Mark are pretty much the best ones around here. We love them dearly, and they really know what they're doing, and we're trying to get this thing up and off the ground real good, so any support that we get from you guys really helps a lot. I do want to give a shout out to our our sponsor, Michael Vance at Michael Vance Contracting, who also owns Lakeside Marina and Campground over around the lakes area. None of this would be possible without him. He is a huge backer for our channel. Great guy. If you ever need anything done with your roofing, any general contracting, give him a yell. When his season gets back up for the campground, take a weekend, go visit over there. It's a beautiful area. We hope to make it over there sometime this summer and spend a weekend or two. But he's a really good guy, and we couldn't do this without him, so we truly appreciate his support as well. We're seeing more snow plows as we roll down the 68 bypass back towards, we're coming up on Cox Mill, the intersection of Cox Mill and 68 bypass. So the guys are still out working, trying to keep the roads cleared, doing the best they can. The snow seems to have diminished just a little bit. It is still coming down. Well, I say that, and then we turn on the LED bar, and it still looks like it's coming down pretty good.
And also keep in mind the spots back there that look black, that is moisture. They are wet overnight. That will refreeze and become extremely slick.
Yeah, there is still traffic out on the roads that is keeping those wet spots pretty churned up and liquid for the time being. As night goes on and the traffic dies down, those will definitely refreeze. Deborah, a lot of people in this area only look to David for his weather expertise and his wisdom. He is a very wise man. So a lot of people just turn to him for the forecast for this area, and us as the Christian County Weather Spotters, which is a different organization than the YouTube channel itself, but we have a great group of spotters who go out in the severe events and do the same thing that we're doing right now, just more for the community. They report back to the National Weather Service. Shane and I are a part of that as well. We're a storm intercept team. We go out into the storms themselves, report back to the National Weather Service what we're seeing in real time, help get warnings out as quickly as possible to keep people safe. But on the flip side of that is the channel. We do enjoy talking with you guys, keeping you guys informed. This is a venture that David and Mark decided to take on. And it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing for all of us. Me personally, I am a weather fanatic, have been honestly since I was in 8th grade. A tornado hit the elementary school that I was attending at the time. I believe it was an EF3. It destroyed the playground on one side, the football field on the other side, but never touched the school. And this was an elementary school that housed kindergarten through 8th grade down in southeast Tennessee. I think that was in 93 or 94. Telling my age, but hey, is what it is. But ever since then, kind of become a little weather fanatic. Moved up to this area, found David on Facebook. I was a freelance writer at the time, got with him, wrote an article on emergency preparedness. So I sat down and had a little interview with him, and he invited me to come join the group. So I've been a part of the group for 11 years now. And then he recruited me and Shane to be a part of the YouTube channel as well, and that's how we got here. And I'm very grateful and thankful that he has put his trust in us the way that he has, to go ahead and allow us to be this big of a part of it. Shane's the technical guy, so anytime something messes up, he's got to figure it out and fix it, and he is awesome at that. So we're just loving it. Yeah, we're currently on Cox Mill Road in Hopkinsville, headed back towards downtown. It has not been touched at all by plows or anything like that. I'm sure they'll get to it soon, because this is a part of the emergency snow route that runs through Hopkinsville. So they typically keep it pretty clear in case of emergencies back and forth to the hospitals for ambulances and police to run. But as of right now, it hasn't been touched. It is completely covered. Doesn't look like there's been too much traffic on it. Most of the roads that we've been on tonight, we could see, the tire tracks. There are a few, but it hasn't been as traveled as, say, the bypass or 41. .21 kind of sounds like a heat wave right now, nutcase. We are currently at 7.4 degrees with a wind chill of -5. Our low tonight, our forecasted low, was only supposed to be about 10, but we have already dropped below that. And that is mostly in part to the snowfall. The snowfall is covering any radiation heat that was coming up from the ground, so it definitely keeps that temperature down when we have snow cover on the ground. We're not expecting it to get above freezing tomorrow at all. The snow is supposed to continue off and on throughout the night, as well as into tomorrow. Excuse me. Deborah, thank you for that. You know, it's been a tough ride. There's been times where, you know, we've almost thrown our hands up. This ain't gonna work. We're not gonna be able to do this. But with the support of people like you and everybody else that's watching tonight, we're gonna push. We're gonna push through anything that comes up, any challenges we face, and we're gonna continue doing this. And it's all because we love our community, love all you guys, and we want to do the best thing that we can to keep you guys safe and informed in any kind of weather situation that we're into. Right now, obviously, we're dealing with this winter weather, but severe season's upon us pretty soon. So, you know, we will definitely be keeping all of you informed when that hits. Excuse me. It's getting night time. That cough's kicking back up. We're having to stop again for a moment to de-ice the windshield wipers. They are frozen solid once again. Alright guys, I think we're going to be on here about 10 more minutes. We're probably going to call it quits around 10 o'clock. It's getting kind of late. We would love to stay and hang with you guys, but there are things that we've got to get done. Need to get rested up for, and hopefully we can come back and show you guys some more stuff tomorrow. Again, we will be on for about another 10 minutes if you want to hang with us. We are traveling back down 41A. Fort Campbell Boulevard, sorry. It is completely snow covered. Dave, my goodness, you need to go to sleep. We appreciate you so much, Dave. Thank you, Nutcase. Thank you for joining in with us. We'd love to have you back sometime. Like you said, a lot of our weather that we get here eventually does make it over to you. And if you're ever on a live with us where we're actually in the studio and you want to know what it's going to do in your area, ask. We say we cover this certain area, but if you're on here from, you know, outside that area, just ask what it's going to do in your area. Mark and David will definitely look and let you know as best they can what's coming your way. Dave, we love you too. You really need to think about making that trip down here to go get some woodshed and meet us all. We would love to have you. Doing another quick check of the radar real quick. Just when I think that it's going to slow down just a little bit, a heavier band starts building back to the west of us and trying to move in on us. So again, this will be going off and on all night tonight, as well as into tomorrow. Excuse me. If you have to get out anytime tonight or in the morning, just take your time, give yourself extra time to get to where you're going, and keep it slow. Distance yourself from the car ahead of you, in case you do have to stop quickly. You won't slide into them. Just try to stay aware and just be as safe as you can. Deborah, thank you so much. We appreciate you and your support. Hopefully you'll be able to drive along with us tomorrow. Come along with us tomorrow as we go live again. Nutcase, thank you for subscribing. We appreciate that greatly. Maybe you can jump on with us again soon. We are noticing that underneath these overpasses, that must have held a little bit more heat throughout the day. It is wet underneath those, but that will definitely refreeze once the traffic dies down. So pay close attention to that if you have to get out, especially in the early morning hours when the traffic hasn't picked back up enough yet to go ahead and melt that back down. That will be some slick spots for sure in the morning, is underneath the overpasses.
What do you know? Walmart is busy. Everybody doing their milk and bread.
Yeah, we just passed Walmart and they are extremely busy. So everybody's getting their last minute milk and bread in. Good night, Deborah. I hope you have a good evening, good night, and hopefully we'll catch you again tomorrow. Anna, thank you so much for coming back in. Hope you got your tiny human down, and we hope to see you tomorrow as well. Marcus, unfortunately, I can't give you a time frame as to when the snow will actually stop. It will be off and on throughout the night and throughout the day tomorrow. I'm doing a quick look at the radar real quick. There is a heavier snow band getting ready to move into Hopkinsville again. But behind that, it does look like it has slacked off quite a bit off to the west. But it is... Let me go back a little bit here. There is some more moisture coming up from the Gulf of Mexico that's going to interact with this cold to produce some more snow showers. So don't let your guard down yet. It is still actively snowing outside. The roads, as far as the roads go here in Hopkinsville, they are completely covered. There are some pretty slick spots that we have hit along our little venture here. I just mentioned just a few minutes ago that we're noticing that underneath overpasses, it is melted, which will refreeze as traffic dies down. There's not a lot of traffic, but there's just enough to go ahead and keep that melt liquid. But once traffic stops going through it, it's going to refreeze and become a solid sheet of ice. So we're just urging people to either stay home, or if you have to get out, just be extremely careful. Give yourself extra time, extra stopping time. Keep distance between you and the car in front of you. Just allow yourself extra time to get to wherever you're going. Anna, thank you. We're going to call it here in about, I don't know, a couple minutes, as we do need to get home and get settled down ourselves and get ready to hopefully bring y'all some more coverage for tomorrow. Nutcase, yeah, it's definitely going to be a mess for a couple of days. Again, the temperatures aren't expected to get above freezing until possibly Thursday, at least for us here in Western Kentucky. So whatever has fallen tonight and into tomorrow is going to stick around for a while. Hopefully the road crews will be able to get out and get some of this scraped up, melted off. But again, they still are watching that system coming in for Thursday night, Friday morning-ish, depending on the timing and the track of it, that is looking to be a potential snowmaker for us as well over here. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to break this pattern for about another week, week and a half. We may have a slight warm-up starting next week, but it won't last long. From what we're seeing, February is not looking very good either. About the same tracks and forecasts as we've had throughout the month of January so far too. So, but even aside from all this snow, it's the cold. I'm sorry to be a bearer of bad news. But this cold, it's just going to hang on relentlessly for the rest of the week into next weekend. I do believe there's another small shot of Arctic air coming in with the system on Thursday. So even though we're going to have a slight warm up on Thursday, maybe get above freezing, it's going to be right back down into the teens and low 20s for Friday and Saturday for the highs. February is always hit or miss around here. My youngest son's birthday is February 16th, and it's always either we could never have a party because there was snow on the ground for him and nobody would come, or it was warm enough to where we could have a cookout for his birthday. There was never any in between. That's pretty fantastic. 16th of February. Donna, yes, we believe that Middle Tennessee is getting the wrath of this right now. That was the track it looked like it was taking. There were some signs that it was shifting just a little bit north and east on its way in. And that still could be the case. So that's why we're kind of fluctuating. Still saying we could get possibly 2-3 inches, maybe a little bit localized heavier. It all just depends on how this thing decides it wants to play itself out. Darla, yep, that, I'm sorry, Deborah, getting tired, eyes are getting weak. The cold is what is concerning. This is a prolonged stint of cold weather, and if any of you remember Christmas 2 years ago, where it was just extremely cold for a couple of days, it took a toll on a lot of people. We had a lot of busted pipes. A lot of people were heating their houses improperly, which turned to house fires, which we do not want to happen. Just check on anybody that is doesn't have adequate heating. Check on the elderly. Make sure your pets are inside, or at the very least that they have adequate warm shelter if they absolutely have to be outside. Don't forget about the birds. With the snow on the ground, frozen grounds, they can't find their food. Don't forget about your birds. Feed your birds. I fed up my bird feeders this morning and my cats went crazy. Nutcase, another February 16th baby. How old is she? My son will be 16 this year. I tell you what, you gotta love those teenage years. And I feel for you having a girl with a teenager. I have nieces that are coming up on their teenage years, and man, they are sassy. I'm glad I have boys. Deborah, Super Chat is just another way to support us. It is just a way to make a donation, and it makes your chat more visible to the group inside the YouTube. We have quite a few that are avid Super Chatters, Dave from Huntington being one of those. We just love his support. It's funny because none of us have ever physically met him. He just come on board on our YouTube, and we've just become good pals since then. Yes, Dave, you were absolutely correct. Do not plug heaters into extension cords or surge protectors. That is a guaranteed way to start a fire. Those are not capable of holding the load that plugging it straight into the wall can. guys, we are back on the Pennyroyal Parkway, making our way back to our home. We're going to hang with you for just a couple more minutes here until we get off of the main roads here, back into our neck of the woods. We do appreciate all you guys hanging with us tonight. We were glad to be able to get out and do this with you. It's been fun. I love getting out and seeing the snow. There's just something peaceful and relaxing about a snowfall. It kind of cleanses the atmosphere, if you will. Deborah, we're glad you're a part of this with us. Nutcase, you're right. There is nothing like a wood burning stove. Donna, let me pull up my phone. Had locked itself. Give me just a second here. All right, our current temperature according to the Mesonet is 7.6 degrees with a wind chill of -4. Still showing light snow in the area. Let me give the radar one last look here. Yeah, it does look like we've got this one last heavier snow band going across us right now. And this is just for the time being because there is more on the way. Dave, yes, it is a very good idea to keep a good stockpile of wood this time of year, especially where you're at. Madisonville, you look to be just a little bit north of the heavier snow right now. Can't rule out some moving into that area as we get further into this storm. But the further north you go, the lower the amounts are going to be. We're still projecting 2 to possibly 3 inches here in Hopkinsville. Maybe some localized heavier amounts depending on the snowband formations. But again, anywhere you're at, if you've got any kind of snow cover whatsoever, just be careful if you have to get out. The roads here are completely covered. The Public Works and city and the county, they're out with their plows. We just passed yet another truck. They're plowing, they're salting, they're doing the best they can. Keep those guys in your thoughts tonight as they're having to be away from their families and out in the elements. Deborah, yeah, electric heat, it's rough. It is definitely rough. There's going to be some people that are not very happy with their electric bills come next month. Candace, thank you for joining in with us. We do appreciate your support. Hope to see you again on here sometime. We are planning to go live again tomorrow at some point to give some daytime coverage of this. I'm sure David will be posting on his Facebook at some point tomorrow. So just, excuse me. So watch out for those updates on his Facebook page. He typically posts them on his page, on the David Powell Weather and Wisdom page. And I believe I'm going to start sharing them over on the Watchers of the Wind Tribe, the special group that we have set up for our subscribers. If you're on Facebook and you want to be a part of that group, just go ahead and request to join that, and I'll get you approved. We share, weather tips. I put some stuff on there tonight about driving in the snow, how to weatherize your home. I've got some other graphics that I want to put up due to the cold weather about frostbite and hypothermia, because for the people that work outside, especially in this cold, that is a concern. So there's some information that needs to be put out about that. We try to share a little bit different stuff over on our tribe, as we call it, page, than we do on the other two public pages, because you guys are special to us. Y'all deserve a little extra from us, so we try to share a little bit different information and intel over there on that one. And every once in a while, we'll throw out some of David Powell's amazing wisdom. Yeah, we're back on the 68 bypass coming up on Dawson Road. And there's quite a few spots on this road that have melted down. And you can hear the water under the tires as we're driving over it. That will refreeze. Again, if you see a spot, please be aware that that is most likely going to be a solid sheet of ice in the morning. If you do have to get out as you make your way to work or wherever you need to be. Just be careful. Give yourself extra time. Deborah, I actually work at the electric company here in Hopkinsville, so I know all about the prepaid electric. We, at ours, we also have a my usage monitoring so we can see, like, for our monthly customers, what we use day to day. That, and it blew me away yesterday. Shane and I were gone all day yesterday. Our thermostat was set on 67 degrees. But just because it was so cold, I have an alert system set up on it where it alerts me if I go over a certain amount of usage in a 24-hour time period. Very rarely do we go over that, but yesterday we went over it. Nothing in the house was on, with the exception of the heater. So just the heat running by itself pushed us over our threshold for what I have it set at as high usage. Dave, who's talking about cornbread? Dave, you need to get some real sleep. You're topping in your dreams. All right, guys, I do believe we are going to go ahead and call it a night. We appreciate all of you joining in with us and hanging tight. We still have 23 viewers on here.
Oh, in that case, that sounds good.
Oh, yes. That right there, beans, fried taters, and cornbread, that's a true Southern meal. You talking to a Southern girl. But again, we do appreciate all you guys being here with us, hanging with us through this. We will send out a Facebook post tomorrow letting you know if we're going to go live again. We'll give you ample time, half an hour to an hour notice, so that you guys can join in with us. But we're going to go ahead and call it a night so we can get home and get settled for the evening. And we'll see all you guys back here again tomorrow. Thank you all again. And if you have to get out, be safe. If not, stay warm.